Hello, and welcome to the Manifesting Warrior podcast, where we explore the power of your mind and how you can use it to create the life you want. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating and misunderstood concepts in the world of personal development, the law of attraction. You may have heard of the law of attraction before, or maybe you've seen the movie The Secret, which popularized it. But what exactly is it, and how does it work? Well, the law of attraction is a universal principle that states that whatever you focus on, you attract into your life. It's like a magnet that pulls things towards you based on your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Now, some people may think that this is just wishful thinking or that it's too good to be true. They may say that there's no scientific evidence for it or that it's just a way of avoiding responsibility for your actions. But the truth is, the law of attraction is not a new idea, nor is it a fantasy. It's actually a natural law, just like the law of gravity. Think about it. The law of gravity is always working, whether you believe in it or not. You don't have to understand how it works or why it works to experience its effects. You just have to accept that it's there and that it affects everything around you. The same is true for the law of attraction. It's always working, whether you're aware of it or not. You don't have to know how it works or why it works to use it to your advantage. You just have to acknowledge that it's there and that it influences your reality. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you're walking down the street and you see a $100 bill on the ground. What would you do? Would you pick it up or would you leave it there? Most people would probably pick it up, right? Why? Because they believe that money is valuable and that finding money is a good thing. They have a positive association with money and they expect to receive more of it. Now imagine that instead of a $100 bill, you see a piece of trash on the ground. What would you do? Would you pick it up or would you leave it there? Most people would probably leave it there, right? Why? Because they believe that trash is worthless and that picking up trash is a bad thing. They have a negative association with trash and they expect to avoid it. Do you see the difference? In both scenarios, you're attracting something into your life based on your beliefs and expectations. The only thing that changes is the nature of what you're attracting. In the first scenario, you're attracting money, which is positive. In the second scenario, you're attracting trash, which is negative. But the law of attraction doesn't care about the difference. It just responds to your vibration, which is determined by your thoughts and feelings. Okay, so now that we've established that the law of attraction is a natural law that responds to your vibration, which is determined by your thoughts and feelings, but how does this vibration affect your mind and body? Well, the answer is everything is energy. Yes, you heard me right. Everything is energy, including you. Your mind and body are not solid, static, or separate entities. They are dynamic, interconnected, and constantly vibrating at different frequencies. You may not be able to see it with your naked eye, but you can feel it with your intuition. Like really. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a certain vibe, either positive or negative? Have you ever met someone and instantly liked or disliked them without knowing anything about them? Have you ever had a gut feeling about something and later found out that it was right? These are all examples of how you perceive energy and how it affects you. Now, the interesting thing is that your mind and body are not only affected by external energy, but also by internal energy. Your mind and body are actually two aspects of the same thing, your consciousness. Your consciousness is the source of your energy, and it has two levels, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is the part of your mind that you're aware of. It's the part that thinks, analyzes, and makes decisions. It's also the part that you use to communicate with others and to set goals and intentions. The conscious mind is very powerful, but it's also very limited. It can only process a small amount of information at a time, and it can only focus on one thing at a time. The subconscious mind is the part of your mind that you're not aware of. It's the part that stores all your memories, emotions, habits, and beliefs. It's also the part that controls your bodily functions, such as your heartbeat, breathing, and digestion. The subconscious mind is much more powerful than the conscious mind, but it's also much more hidden. It can process millions of bits of information at once, and it can operate on multiple levels at once. Okay, so here's the key point. Your subconscious mind contains a paradigm, a set of habits and information that is shaped by your environment and genetic history. This paradigm influences your thoughts, which in turn dictate your vibration and your life experiences. In other words, your paradigm is the program that runs your life. Okay, now that we've learned that your subconscious mind contains a paradigm that influences your thoughts, which in turn dictate your vibration and your life experiences. Now, how do you change your paradigm if it's hidden from your conscious awareness? Well, the answer is you have to change your thoughts. You see, your thoughts are not just random or passive occurrences. They are actually creative forces that shape your reality. Your thoughts impact the vibration of your body, which then attracts corresponding energy. This attraction is based on the frequency at which you operate, similar to a radio station. You can only tune in to the signals that match your frequency, and you can only receive the results that match your vibration. Now, the problem is that most people are not aware of their thoughts or of their power. They let their thoughts run on autopilot based on their paradigm, which is often negative, limiting, and outdated. They think the same thoughts over and over again without questioning them or challenging them or replacing them. They think that their thoughts are just reflections of their reality, not the cause of it. But the truth is, your thoughts are not the effect of your reality. They are the cause of it. Your reality is a mirror of your thoughts, not the other way around. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of them. You are not a product of your environment. You are a product of your mind. So, if you want to change your reality, you have to change your thoughts. You have to become aware of what you're thinking and how it affects you. You have to choose thoughts that are positive, empowering, and aligned with your goals. You have to think thoughts that make you feel good and that raise your vibration. But how do you do that? If your paradigm is so deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind, how do you overcome the resistance, the doubt, the fear that may arise when you try to think differently? Well, the answer is you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. And how do you do that? How do you access the part of your mind that is hidden from your conscious awareness? Well, the answer is you have to use tools and techniques that bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious mind. There are many tools and techniques that you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind, such as affirmations, visualization, meditation, hypnosis, subliminal messages, and more. What works for one person may not work for another, so try different ones out to see what works for you. So these tools and techniques work by sending positive and empowering messages to your subconscious mind over and over again until they become part of your paradigm. They work by replacing the old negative and limiting beliefs and habits with new, positive, and expansive ones. They work by creating new neural pathways in your brain and strengthening them with repetition and emotion. But the most important tool that you can use to reprogram your subconscious mind is action. Action is the bridge between your thoughts and your results. Action is the proof that you believe in your thoughts and that you're committed to your goals. Action is the catalyst that activates the law of attraction, and that brings your desires into manifestation. You see, it's not enough to just think differently. You have to act differently too. You have to act as if your thoughts are already true and as if your goals are already achieved. You have to act in alignment with your vibration and in harmony with the universe. You have to act with confidence, courage, and conviction. But how do you act differently if your paradigm is still resisting you? How do you overcome the inertia, the procrastination, the fear that may hold you back from taking action? Well, the answer is you have to act in spite of them. You have to act in spite of your paradigm, not because of it. You have to act in spite of your feelings, not because of them. You have to act in spite of your circumstances, not because of them. You have to act in spite of your comfort zone, not because of it. You have to act as if you're already the person you want to be, and as if you already have the life you want to have. You have to act before you're ready and before you have all the answers. You have to act with faith and with trust and with gratitude. Let me share with you a personal anecdote of how acting in spite of my paradigm changed my life. So a few years ago, I was struggling financially. I had a low-paying job, a lot of debt, and no savings. I was living paycheck to paycheck and barely making ends meet. I was unhappy, stressed, and frustrated. I had heard of the law of attraction from the book called The Secret, and I had tried to apply it to my life. I had read more books, watched videos, and listened to podcasts. I had tried to think positively and to visualize my ideal income, but nothing seemed to work. I was still stuck in the same situation, and I didn't see any way out. Then, one day, I came across a program that promised to help me reprogram my subconscious mind and to change my paradigm. It was a course that involved listening to audio recordings, doing exercises, and taking inspired action. It was quite expensive, and I didn't have the money to afford it. But something inside me told me that this was the opportunity I had been waiting for, and that this was the solution I had been looking for. So, I decided to take a leap of faith and to enroll in the program. I borrowed money from my friends and family, and I paid for the course. I committed to following the instructions and to doing the work. I decided to act in spite of my paradigm and in spite of my fears. And you know what? It was one of the best decisions I ever made. My life transformed dramatically. I got a promotion, and I started my own side business. I paid off all my debts, and I started saving money. I increased my income, and I achieved financial freedom. I became happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. How did this happen? It happened because I changed my paradigm and I changed my thoughts. It happened because I changed my vibration and I changed my attraction. It happened because I changed my actions and I changed my results. And you can do the same. You can change your paradigm and you can change your life. You can use the law of attraction to create the life you want. You can attract wealth, happiness, and health. You just have to be willing to do the work and to take the action. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you have any feedback or questions. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.